The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
What if you can have it all? A place to call home, a great job, and a safe and welcoming community to raise your family. You can have all that and more in Kingsport, Tennessee. For the past quarter century, Kingsport has been on a mission to reinvent itself as the first professionally planned and privately financed city of the 20th century. Kingsport has earned the nickname the Model City. From award-winning educational initiatives to business incubators to the surrounding natural beauty, Kingsport is just the right size to have the amenities you need without the traffic and crime of a larger city. With a vibrant downtown, great shopping and dining, and a thriving local economy, Kingsport is the perfect place to call home. Ready to start loving where you live? Choose Kingsport. Visit movetokingsport.com and discover all the reasons why this charming town is the perfect place to call home.
Walk-off home run. Here's a shot to the right side. Here's a straight right side too.
Hello everyone and welcome to this presentation of NAIA basketball here live on SESN. Lorenzo Robinson here coming to you live from Kingsport, Tennessee. Alongside with me, Frank Osborne. Frank, how you doing today, sir?
I'm good. Excited to see some basketball action. It's a big day today, about 100 games, and this is going to be the good one. This is exciting. Union in the form side, 4 wins in their last 5, so they'll be coming into this really hoping to keep that going when it matters most.
Absolutely, Frank, and we should have, again, a fantastic day of basketball games all day, ranging from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Please keep it here locked in live on SESN to see all the action of the AAC Conference Tournament. As my partner, Mr. Osborne, said, we have the 4th-seeded Union Commonwealth Bulldogs taking on the 5th-seeded Columbia Koalas. Union coming into this game with a 13-5 record, 11-8 in conference play. On the other side, the Koalas 13-15 as well, 10-9 in conference play. 2 teams separated by just 1 game in the loss column, but Columbia and Union doing battle on Valentine's Day, February 14th. The Bulldogs came on the right side of that matchup.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have been a weird team to watch. Sometimes they turn up and they're unplayable, and on other times it looks like they don't really fancy it. I mean, for the last game, they went to overtime against Truett McConnell, and a dramatic last-minute block from Jamari and Gaines started a court invasion. The student section was on the court with the president chasing people off.
I know that was a ton of fun. Right now on your screen, you're seeing the AAC standings at one point of the year, and I think that this representation of the standings is a great representation of what the conference was all season long. Of course, Bluefield not able to make the postseason, as well as Milligan being eliminated on that last week. Things really didn't round into form until the very last moment of the season. But these 2 teams, they've known that they've been in for quite a while. The 4th seed and 5th seed ready to do battle here in Kingsport, Tennessee. But I'm probably most looking forward to in this game the matchup of the front lines. For Columbia, we have O'Bannon and Zach Smith doing battle at those 2 big man spots, going up against the Union duo of Sacco and Hedgepeth.
Yeah, Ali Sacco on his day, he's unplayable. He kept Amari Joseph very quiet last game against Truett McConnell, and Joseph's hard to keep quiet.
So now Columbia with it. Tay Burton, second team all-conference selection with the ball in his hands, trying to do work for the Koalas. Corner, triple, no. Columbia, a team that's very accurate from three-point range, fifth in the conference in three-pointers made. That is a large part of their offense. Sometimes they can get into moments where they get those points exclusively from beyond the arc. Covington with it. Screen roll, 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Covington pulls, no. So a few empty possessions early, and Frank, we saw some of this between the teams that did battle yesterday, really getting adjusted to this new environment. How much of an impact will that provide in this game?
Well, there's so much going on at tournament. It's the first environment all season that a lot of the players will be in where lose and you're going home. Winning, you get to play another game with your mates another day. So for seniors, they lose, their college career is over. It's a lot of pressure, it's a high pressure environment, and Union have actually got 2 players on their roster who have been here and won, which is always a good thing to have.
High pressure indeed. The ball will stay with the Bulldogs. But to that point, that will definitely be something to watch for not just the new environment, playing in really a makeshift gym here in Kingsport, Tennessee, something that we're not really used to seeing in terms of the lighting and the way that things are set up, but also that winner go home mentality. You can't really simulate it until you're there, and once you're there, you really can't describe the feeling that you have playing in these games as Jabari Covington hits the fader.
Yeah, and Union players have a lot of points to prove. Some of them were very unhappy and expressed their opinions about it with the awards coming out yesterday.
Of course, conference award season, always a very hotly contested time. No one's really happy with where they are. Everyone feels like they should be somewhere else. The players on the second team probably feel like they should be on the first team. Players on the first team were like, hey, why did I win Player of the Year?
This is a good opportunity for the Union players who felt their admission was a bit harsh to prove it against people who did get into the teams.
We saw Chandler O'Bannon almost getting loose there, getting fouled underneath the goal. Chandler O'Bannon, 6'7" for the Columbia Koalas. The junior from North Augusta, South Carolina, formerly of Francis Marion University down there in Florence, South Carolina. O'Bannon was an all-defensive team selection for the Koalas this season, one of the more athletic players in the conference. Generally may give up a little bit of size in terms of weight down there, but he's so athletic, jumps out the gym, and those long arms really makes him a tough matchup for big men down low.
Yeah, him versus Ali Sacco is going to be interesting to watch. Sacco, probably the most physical player I've seen this season. Loves to put his size about.
That was a great backdoor cut and a finish for Drew Rhodes. Union with an early 4-1 lead. Thomas Whitley with it, gives off to O'Bannon. Thomas Whitley knocking down the jumper. Thomas Whitley, an interesting player for Columbia. Great size at 6'7", likes to play on the wing, can oscillate between both forward positions and knock down jumpers as we just saw there.
Yeah, it's an interesting battle between him and Caleb Hedgebeff, 2 very tall players who do most of their damage from distance.
And we see Ali Sacco working down low for the Union Bulldogs. Now Tay Burton trying his hand at a jumper, no good. Columbia's at their best when Tay Burton has it going offensively. They're gonna need to get him started. Sacco down low, working against the Leon Ford. He has a mismatch, almost finishing the and one opportunity, but he will make his way to the free throw line.
Sacco's in a really good position here at Union. His assistant coach, Jay Fools, one of the big players who have won, and they've won multiple times, having a very successful spell as a player at Union. It's good to learn from someone who's played your position and done it.
I feel like that's a very underrated part when you talk about great coaching staffs, great players, being able to have guys who've been there, they've done that, having that experience that you can pass on to the next generation. And players respect guys like that even more. They may not always say it, but there's always something to be said about someone who's been where you're trying to go.
And when they've been there and achieved, it's a whole nother story.
So Sacco goes 1 for 2 from the line. Columbia right now still trying to round in the form offensively. Zach Smith, pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound Union. Columbia again still trying to find their footing offensively, 10th in the conference in points per game this year. In the post again, going to Sacco early and often, bulldozing his way down low, but cannot finish the lay-in.
Those are the opportunities that Sacco's been so good at this season. He just sort of needs to get into the rhythm.
Burton on the wing, being guarded by Jabari Covington. That's going to be a matchup to watch for. Covington, one of the better perimeter defenders in the conference. Now Zach Smith in the post. The hook goes for Zach Smith. That takes the lid off the rim for Columbia. After a few empty possessions, they get themselves back on the board. 7-6 Bulldogs still ahead. Now Jabari Covington with it, trying to go to work, running the screen roll game with Sacco, snaking the screen. Shot up, rolls out, but Sacco down low will not be denied. Ali Sacco making his presence felt early.
Well, that's the Ali Sacco game all over. That's what he does. That's his bread and butter. He's done that thousands of times this season.
Now Austin Harrell gives it to Whitley. O'Bannon in the corner. Whitley, 3, no. Loose rebound, Columbia recovers it. O'Bannon slashing to the rim, poked away and stolen by Dallas Rufus. Rufus on the run out on the other end, finishes the lay-in.
That's a way to go from looking like you're about to concede to extending the lead to 5.
And that was great defense coming from the weak side by Dallas Rufus, sticking that hand in, being very active against Chandler O'Bannon.
He was probably the one that was the most hard done by in the awards. Over 400 points this season. Harsh to not get in the stats like that.
Zach Smith working against Ali Sacco, and we know this is going to be a matchup to watch for all game long. Those guys are going at each other on both sides. Jabari Covington with it. Underneath. Handoff to Sacco. Covington for 3. No. The depth perception here at the conference tournament different than a lot of these players are used to seeing throughout the season. Something to watch out for those shooters trying to get adjusted.
Yeah, it's something we don't really think about when you're not a player. The lighting's a bit weird. The height of the gym is taller than usual gyms. You don't really think about it, but it can make such a big difference.
And we're going to keep it right here, Frankie. We're going to discuss a little bit of what we've seen in the early stages right now. Union being very active defensively. Both teams still trying to round in the form on the offensive side. Columbia's 2 of 9 from the field. Union 5 of 12. But right now, Union's activity level carrying them early.
Well, we can see what Union have done so well all season. Ali Sacco's hit some form coming into today, and he's continued that form. 5 points already, 2 rebounds, and it's going to be his battle. That's the most important. And down below us, the Columbia players getting frustrated and rather animated at each other already, just 6.5 minutes into today.
I'm not going to lie, I love that. I love that. I love to see the guys really getting upset at certain things that happen. I mean, I feel like that's what you need a little bit of when you talk about win or go home. Your teammates need to understand that I need your best right now. You can't wait. There may not be a tomorrow for you to be able to get it back and see if you can do something. That's the difference between those regular season games and what we see here in Kingsport, Tennessee.
And that's why we love conference tournament. And especially for seniors, losing your college career is done. Something you don't really see in other countries, the way college careers just come to an end after one game.
Kenton Wright entering for the Union Bulldogs. Inside, the handoff in the corner. That's Cam O'Connor with it. 2-3 zone for Columbia. Corner triple. No. And the zone doing its job for the Koalas. The Koalas trying to break the rhythm of that Union offense, forcing the Bulldogs to pull up from 3.
We've just seen 4 changes for the Bulldogs, so it's interesting to see how quick this quadruple change is going to find their rhythm.
Yeah, they had an opportunity to score on the run out, but great transition defense from the Koalas, stopping that opportunity in its tracks. And we'll have another timeout here. These two teams, bit of a cat and mouse game. We saw Columbia decide to go into that 2-3 zone on Union's last offensive possession. Union, not really a team that's known for their three-point prowess, 12th in the conference in three-pointers made. So maybe a wise decision by Coach Deere of the Koalas to force them to beat them from the outside.
Yeah, as a team, they're not the best from distance, but they have got some individuals. Caleb Hedgepeth, that's his range. So if they're going to sit in, they've got to make sure they don't allow him to have that room, especially in the corner. That's his bread and butter.
Absolutely. That's going to be the guy that the Koalas really need to key in on from beyond the arc. Hedgepeth, top 5 in the conference in three-point percentage. That's someone to watch out for. Tay Burton with it. Double screen at the top of the key. Want to see if Thomas Whitley tries to get involved. He has a size advantage on the wing against some of those Union wing players. And it's Whitley with it, handing it off back to Burton. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. 4, Burton, fall away. Jay, no. But the putback goes down for Columbia. That's Jamison McKenzie, freshly entered off the pine. 11-8, Union with it.
And without Ali Sacco in, Columbia straight away winning the rebounds. Really unopposed there. It was quite an easy.
Inside, the lay-in goes for Jamarion Gaines.
Yeah, Gaines had the hero moment in Union's last game. The overtime block to stop Truett McConnell taking it to double overtime.
And speaking of being a hero, how about Jamarion Gaines getting the lay-in on one end and putting his body on the line for his team on the other?
Yeah, that's not a bad start to the game, is it? Take that all day if you're Union.
Absolutely, a great start to his shift off the bench for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs a 5-point lead early on. And we see Columbia already getting out of that zone look back into a man-to-man set. A little bit of miscommunication there for the Bulldogs. And an easy deuce for Tate Burton. It won't get much easier than that for him. Kitten Wright slowing it down for Union. Columbia, a lot of athleticism up and down their rotation. Union may not want to get into a track meet against the Koalas. That may be advantage Columbia.
Yeah, Union just need to make sure that they don't let the gap get smaller. While they've got some of their key players rested, keep the gap so that when they come back on, they have something to hold the lead with.
A little Leon Ford in the game for Columbia. Tate Burton has it isolated on the right side. Gives it off to O'Bannon. Union's perimeter defenders not really giving a foul here on the jump shot. That's Cam O'Connor fouling Ford. Ford gets ready to go to the line and shoot 3.
Yeah, that's one of those silly ones that didn't even make the 3, and now he's just got the opportunity. Coach from Union will not be happy with that, I'm sure.
But I have been impressed in the early going of the perimeter defense from Union, not really ceding much space to Tay Burton, not allowing him to really get into his offensive game. He's someone that is very skilled at breaking down the defense, creating his own shot, and using the increased coverage that he finds to be able to see his teammates. If you can stop him from being able to score and put the onus on someone else, you have to like your chances of slowing this team down in the offensive end.
Well, we've seen it in the games yesterday as well. You had T. Williams and Reinhardt, who was kept out of the game for the majority of it by Tennessee Wesleyan. If you can keep key players quiet, it always gives yourself a good opportunity.
The handoff working against Burton. Inside, shot is rejected. That's Jamison McKenzie for the Koalas on the block. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. 13-13 all square here in Kingsport, Tennessee. Baseline out of bounds. The 3-ball, no good. Neither team shooters in rhythm here in the early going. Burton rising and firing. No. Again, both teams out of rhythm from beyond the arc. Offensive rebound for the Bulldogs. Those have been few and far between ever since Sacco exited the game. And a nice lay-in there for Jamarion Gaines. I've been very impressed with how Gaines has conducted himself since he entered into the game.
Yeah, he looks like he's up for it today. He's been clever with what he's been doing. He hasn't been getting animated. He's just been doing his business quietly.
And look at the defense that Union's playing. A steal, a run out, and a lay in the boot. Devin Dunn finishing for the Bulldogs. 17-13, Union ahead against Columbia. And even though the game is close right now on the scoreboard, there is a decided difference in the activity level between these two squads. It really seems like Union is flying around. A lot of white jerseys making noise on the defensive end.
Yeah, well, we spoke about it at the Union women's game, about having statues, and that's not what the men have done today. They've been very mobile, very athletic, good on the transition.
Something to watch for Union also. 7 more shot attempts than the Columbia Koalas. They've been able to turn over the Koalas on a few separate occasions, also crashing the glass on offensive rebounds. Those are the moments, the sort of small details that kind of get lost throughout a game, but it's really just simple math. If you have more bites at the apple, you give yourself more chances, you'll have a better chance to be successful.
And when you've got Ali Sacco and Jamarion Gaines just waiting for the rebound, you can afford to have shots from angles that might not be ideal if you back those two to win the rebound and give yourself another opportunity. Just keep the attack alive for a bit longer.
And meanwhile, the Columbia Koalas may want to see if they can attack from beyond the arc. Union, not really a team that's good at being able to slow teams down from beyond the arc. Last when it comes to three-pointers surrendered. So if the Koalas can get hot from downtown, if they can free up guys like Tay Burton and a Leon Ford, then that can go a long way towards allowing their offense to succeed as this game continues. Ford with it, bringing the ball across the timeline for the Koalas. Horn set coming up, Thomas Whitley, he's been quiet. The handoff looking for O'Bannon, but it ends up in the hands of the Bulldogs. The run out and the deuce for Union.
That's Union's 6th point from a fast break already. We spoke about their athleticism on the counter-attack, and
Tay Burton trapped, and that's going to be too many steps taken by Burton. Ball back into the hands of the Union Bulldogs.
Well, how good is this with Union? Some of their key players resting right now, and they're still extending the gap. That's exactly what Coach Haddix would have wanted when making these substitutions.
That is a great omen. Some of your better players able to get some extended breathers when they come back into the game. The objective will simply just be to keep the momentum on your side. Columbia back in that 2-3 zone, again trying to keep the Bulldogs away from the rim. Pull-up J won't go. Devin Dunn missing on that one. Tay Burton trying to go to work. The handoff. Leon Ford. Leon Ford, a great ball handler, usually makes great decisions for the Koalas whenever he enters into the game. One of the better 6 men in the conference. Hangs in the air, can't finish. Almost gets his own board, and they're going to say a foul on the floor.
As you've said, yeah, all of yesterday, always follow your shots in because it keeps the ball alive. If you've got the run and the jump, give yourself the best opportunity.
Precisely that, Frank. Always follow your shot. A Leon Ford drawing the foul, and the Koalas will retain possession. Tay Burton, step back jumper. No good. Tay Burton remains quiet for the Koalas. They're going to need him to get going if they're going to find a way to win it. Devin Dunn spinning. The follow, no good. Second chance, no. We have a foul. One ref calling foul. The Koalas calling for the jump ball. I think we'll listen to the acknowledgement from the officials. Foul will go against Columbia.
Well, Caleb Hedgepeth now up to 5 rebounds. Someone who's got such a threat. Might not be operating centrally, but he does love to follow it in. And here's the Union train.
So a baseline out of bounds. Kenton Wright getting set to inbound it for the Bulldogs. Looking for someone. He gets it off. That's Hedgepeth with it. Hedgepeth and Wright running the screen roll. Hedgepeth rises, fires, and misses. Still not much rhythm from beyond the arc between both of these squads. Austin Harrell back into the game for Columbia. O'Bannon for 3. That's not really Chandler O'Bannon's game, but he's capable of knocking those down from deep. We'll see if Columbia goes back into that 2-3 zone. That's exactly what they will do. The zone has broken the rhythm of this Union offense. They're starting to take more shots from the perimeter, and those shots just not going their way in the early goings of the game.
Yeah, Union will have to be careful, though. It's not going Columbia's way right now, but we know how quickly basketball can change.
So the zone doing its job for the Koalas. They will retain possession. And against that zone, it can be easy for teams to sort of get lulled until that false sense of security, start to pass the ball along the perimeter. Instead, if you're the Bulldogs, maybe have someone flash to the free throw line and see if you can puncture that zone from the middle. Tay Burton shoveling it. The 3 ball. No. Burton with the steal. Tay Burton not giving up on the play, getting the ball back for the Koalas.
Well, that sloppiness there, enough for Coach Haddix to make 4 changes in reaction to it.
And I love to see that from coaches just saying, you know what, I'm going to take all of you out. All of you need to sit with me.
Well, this is back to Union's strongest 5, really.
That one hung in the air for a long time. Ball is loose. Ali Sacco back into the game for the Bulldogs. They were able to survive without their big man, who's been a presence in his minutes already. Matched up against Chandler O'Bannon. O'Bannon throws it away. The run out, the lay-in is short. The lay-in was short from Drew Rhodes, left it hanging on the rim. Now Tay Burton trying to work.
Union were calling for a foul there, suggesting there was a push on Rhodes, but referees thought otherwise.
Well, you know what they say, Frank. Ball don't lie. 19-13, Bulldogs with the lead. Jabari Covington has it. Being defended by Austin Harrell. The Koalas broke the rhythm of that Union offense. They started to slow the game down out of that zone look, and they may need to go back to that zone as Union marching straight into the basket.
Yeah, Union have started excellently. The points have been relatively spread out, which is almost a good sign because every player getting a feel for the game. Gaines on 6, Sacco on 5. Just see Rufus getting on the score in there.
And neither team really, again, in a rhythm from beyond the arc. 1 of 13 between them. Columbia, obviously, their offense a little bit more reliant on the three-point shot, so that's very important for them to try to get going. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs able to make plays down low, and that's what's keeping them out in front at this point.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Haddix will be the happier of the 2 so far. 8-point lead, you take it going into the game.
So a trend to watch out for the Koalas. The Koalas 4th in the AAC in rebounding right now. Union out-rebounding Columbia 16-15. We'll keep an eye on that as that really figures to have a major impact on how this game goes.
Well, if they're going to get their rebound game going, they have to stop Sacco. Sacco's one of the highest in the conference for rebounds per game for a reason.
Well, Columbia's number 22 doing work on the drop step. That was Jamison McKenzie, his 2nd bucket of the game. Covington giving it off to Rufus. Trying to deliver a pass into the post. Covington with it once more. Working against McKean. Can't finish the floater, but gets the offensive board. and Union knocking down a corner three-point shot. That may be what the Bulldogs needed to try to round into form from beyond the arc.
Well, Covington did excellently there to keep the ball alive. We had a couple of attempts there from him and couldn't get there, but he does well, keeps it alive, and Hedgepeth is dangerous from that corner.
Jordan McKean can't get it to fall. Jabari Covington running it. Rufus inside. Lay-in goes. Largest lead of the game for the Bulldogs. They're up by 11. And it's McKean walking up for the Koalas. The Koalas in need of a big-time make here, and Thomas Whitley provides it. Pull-up jumper goes for Thomas Whitley. Rufus loses it, kicks it out. Hedgepeth can't make another.
He's not short on confidence though, is he?
Hey, when you're that guy for your team, win or go home, you might as well empty the clip.
Yeah.
McKean on the wing working against Jabari Covington. Inside, McKenzie trying to find room. Great defense by Rufus, better offense from McKenzie. 26-19, the Union Bulldogs out in front. Jabari Covington. Sacco hasn't touched it much since he re-entered into the game, and we're gonna get a foul call against the Koalas. Sacco was so involved in the early portion of the first half. Would like to see him getting some more touches as this first half begins to wind down.
Yeah, the more he gets involved, the better for the Bulldogs, and I'm sure the Koalas before the game would have been speaking about him, trying to keep him quiet. If he's quiet, the Bulldogs have to do all of their stuff from range, really.
So keeping an eye out on the field goal attempts right now. Union 31 attempts to just 21 for the Columbia Koalas. Part of that, the turnover battle being in favor of Union. 5 more turnovers by Columbia at this point. Union has 8 points off of those turnovers. Just those little things to watch for in the conference tournament that can mean all the difference in the world.
Yeah, Union have been really good at just being patient, but then getting the steals. They're on 5 steals now, and they've been good on the break.
Columbia, they'll definitely need more from Tay Burton. Burton 1 of 5 from the field so far for the Koalas. Burton coming into this game averaging around 14 points per. Of course, some of that is due to the defensive coverage that he's seen from all defensive team member Jabari Covington. So getting set to resume play. Jabari Covington will be the trigger man for the Bulldogs. Gives it off to Hedgepeth, who leaves it for Covington. Trying to find Hedgepeth in the post, but it's stolen by Zach Smith.
But that's one of those ones where you're winning right now. You don't need to be overcomplicating it or doing things you haven't done all game. Just keep doing what you were doing. You don't need to go for the Hollywood-type pass.
Yeah, sometimes the normal is good, right? The normal is good. Whitley handoff to McKenzie. McKenzie trying to go to work. And he gets fouled. They're going to call a foul there. Might have been a bit of a bailout. It felt like McKenzie was out of control on that drive.
Yeah, sort of got him out of jail there. He was surrounded by white shirts. He won't complain, though.
Entering into the game for Union, Jamarion Gaines. Gaines was 3 for 3. As we saw there, O'Bannon thought he was going to try to finish that alley-oop attempt. He certainly has the juice in his backpack to do so. Instead, missing the lay-in, but Jamarion Gaines has re-entered for Union. He's 3 for 3 thus far.
Having Gaines and Sacco in at the same time is a real threat for Union. Both of them so good in and around the post.
Zach Smith, great defense. And a three-pointer for Union. Union started off 0 for 4 from beyond the arc, now 2 consecutive makes for the Bulldogs. Thomas Whitley with an answer. The three starting to rain here in Kingsport, Tennessee. Both teams were struggling early in the first half, now starting to get settled in.
Well, the good thing about that is if the shooting from distance is getting better, then the pressing from the defensive teams are going to have to become more aggressive, and who doesn't love an aggressive press?
Columbia back in that 2-3 zone. Chandler O'Bannon out in the top of it. Another three and another make. That's Drew Rhodes, back-to-back threes for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Drew Rhodes has been excellent this season. I think he might have just given away a tech foul for celebrating in the face, though.
Yeah, he's going to get teed up. And then we're going to get another technical foul, this one going against Thomas Whitley, so double techs on the floor. Sometimes the officials do things like these to keep the game from getting out of hand. We know that this is a very hotly contested time for both sides, a lot of emotion on both teams.
We want to see the emotion. I'd rather them let it go and see players really express themselves. I know you don't want it to get ugly, but...
Yeah, I think that's the concern. Frank, I'm normally with you. I usually want the refs to stay out of it, but we're not on the floor. We're not hearing what's being said. Sometimes some things can cross the line out there.
I'm from England. Things don't cross the line in England. Say what you want. I've had referees giving stick that crosses the line.
(32-22) Union with a 10-point advantage against the Koalas early. Union had Columbia's number in the earlier stages of the regular season. On Valentine's Day, Columbia came up short against Union at home, 79-51.
Yeah, Union were really good at home, and when they had the support of the student section, it helped as well. That win against Truett McConnell right at the end of the season, I'm sure the student section won them quite a few points.
32-22 after the miss, and the Bulldogs are going to call timeout. And as they take a break, we're going to take a break as well. The Union Commonwealth Bulldogs out in front, 32-22.
What if you can have it all? A place to call home, a great job, and a safe and welcoming community to raise your family. You can have all that and more in Kingsport, Tennessee. For the past quarter century, Kingsport has been on a mission to reinvent itself. As the first professionally planned and privately financed city of the 20th century, Kingsport has earned the nickname the Model City. From award-winning educational initiatives to business incubators to the surrounding natural beauty, Kingsport is just the right size to have the amenities you need without the traffic and crime of a larger city. With a vibrant downtown, great shopping and dining, and a thriving local economy, Kingsport is the perfect place to call home. Ready to start loving where you live? Choose Kingsport. Visit movetokingsport.com and discover all the reasons why this charming town is the perfect place to call home.
Back here in Kingsport, Tennessee, 32-24. We have a delay of game warning against the Columbia Koalas. A little bit too much jaw-jacking with the officiating crew, right?
You know what they say about officials? They're like dodgy Wi-Fi, inconsistent and annoying.
Amen to that, brother. Dallas Rufus with it. You see O'Bannon working at the top of that zone. O'Bannon. Columbia trying to force the Bulldogs' hand from beyond the arc, and Union obliges. Devin Dunn from downtown, his first made three of the day. Union now ahead by 11. Whitley pulls it, no good. And Sacco snatching the rebound away from Zach Smith.
When Sacco says it's his ball, it's his ball. And there's no arguing.
Jamarion Gaines, the handoff to Covington. Covington gonna slow it down and get them into the offense. Under a minute left to play. Sacco in the post. Nice pass to Gaines, and Gaines with the finish. Fourth made field goal of the game for Jamarion Gaines. That one courtesy of a room service dime from Ali Sacco.
There's been something really nice about Gaines this season. He wasn't playing too much at the beginning of the year, but come the end of the year, he's really turned up. He's become important for the Bulldogs.
Offensive foul. Ball back into the hands of Union. This game taking on a similar tenor to the last time these two teams meet. It has been all Bulldogs here in Kingsport, Tennessee. Shot clock has been turned off. 29.2 seconds remaining here in the first half.
So Union take their time with this one, I'm sure.
And they more than earned the final possession of this first half. Already up by 13, trying to take even more momentum into the halftime break. Jabari Covington guarded by O'Bannon, a pair of all defensive team members. They're gonna call a traveling violation. That was too many steps from Dallas Rufus. 4.8 remaining. O'Bannon, a three. Yes, Chandler O'Bannon knocking down the three-point shot as we head into the break. That may have been a much-needed shot from downtown for the Koalas, but they trailed 37-27 after one.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing to keep us focused. A habit we never skip. To clear our minds and elevate our performance. But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Maybe you surround yourself with positivity. Or you need to center yourself. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Toda mi gente lo siente, 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 toda mi gente caliente, toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente suena, en la favela suena, el techo se me llena, toda mi gente lo siente.
I'm Mauricio Cuevas, defender for the LA Galaxy. The best performance requires the best training. That's why we trust AstroTurf. AstroTurf delivers unparalleled ability, safety, and playability, ensuring every match and session of training is fast and exciting. As a proud partner of the LA Galaxy, AstroTurf continues to provide world-class surfaces, fueling the future of the game.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Hi there. I'd like to introduce you to McValue at McDonald's. With McValue, you can buy one and add any one of these for only $1. And look at that. You can do the same thing during breakfast. It's crazy.
You see,
At any moment in the day, McValue can take you to a place where a whole new menu of possibilities exist, inspiring you to order more from life than you could ever imagine. Take a look at your surroundings. Take a look at your environment. Take a look at your past decisions. Take a look at your present. Are you curious about the future? And setting your expectations at perfection is not a way for growth. So I'd use the word curiosity, and that's a long way to get there. But if you stay curious, I think you can get the most out of life's menu. Because if you don't, you're leaving some of those moments on the table. You gotta try to get the most out of life. You might just think McValue adds the power of choice to McDonald's menu, but it also adds the power of perspective. And depending on how you look at it, that might be the most powerful thing you can order. And while you're here, I can't wait to meet you. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The bravest person I know is definitely my dad, 100%.
My friend Sean.
My daughter Cynthia, and she was in the United States Army.
One of the bravest things he ever did wasn't when he first enlisted, it was when he found his first support group.
Our journey has not been easy.
One of the bravest things he did was when he asked to move in with me and my mom.
I felt like I was lost, and you gave me a place to stay.
When he decided he was going to go back to school after 23 years.
It was the better part of my life that I spent in the Marine Corps. Transitioning out, it's a difficult thing.
She went on foreign soil. She went to war. But the bravest thing she did is when she asked for help.
So I really appreciate it.
I'm worried about Mom.
Mom? She's fine. These the ones, right, Mom?
Yeah, groundlings.
Sweet potatoes.
Daddy, it's salty.
Some things come with age.
And some don't.
Early detection of Alzheimer's can lead to better care for your loved one. Learn the early warning signs at 10signs.org.
Hey, do you need a hand?
Yeah. Every time with his team, man. Alright, coach, put me on this, man.
Nice dive. Now find your rhythm.
Calm down. Ah! Hey! Okay, man! That boy lit! That boy lit!
Up. That's it. You got one more for you.
Got you. Like the headway. Here she is, guys. She's coming, guys.
Let's go.
Good morning, Emma. I'm right here now. Come on, come to me, come to me.
Turn me up,
Onyedi. You're Fatani.
Boss, man, I'm turned up right now, though. Oh, you're violent, man, honestly.
Look at me. You're good.
Just don't forget what I sent you this morning. You are equipped. Don't allow anyone or anything to tell you different.
I got something for you.
apartment. One more. You can. I really can.
Yedi, chin up, bro. You got a goal in you, man. The left back's gas. Come on.
Come on, Sam. This is looking really good. You only got 10K left, okay? Your pace is phenomenal. Are you ready?
Cam, it's all good. Take the hit and break 8.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Good morning and welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee for the Appalachian Athletic Conference quarterfinal between Union, Commonwealth University and Columbia. Union lead 37-27 at the half. It's been a game controlled by points in the paint. Union out-shooting Columbia 22-10 in the paint and second chance points 11-4. Union have been on fire with rebounds and it's been the bigs that have been doing all the work for the Bulldogs. Jamarian Gaines on 8 points. Ali Sacco's been excellent on 5 points, 6 rebounds as well for the Koalas. Thomas Whitley on 8. Jamison McKenzie on 6. They've looked lively, but the Bulldogs have just controlled this game. The Bulldogs have been barking louder than the Koalas. I'm not sure what noise the Koalas makes, but the Bulldogs have been barking louder. Union have sort of been in control from the beginning, leading by 13 at the max. Columbia yet to lead. So get ready for this second half. Union leading by 10. The winners to face Pikeville or Bryan.
I like that. I'm not really sure what noise koalas make either. I don't know if it's like an alpaca or more of a squawk than anything.
Yeah,
we'll have to look that up. All the science people out there, please don't hesitate to let us know the noise that koalas make. It's like, what does the fox say, right? Getting set to resume play here at Kingsport, Tennessee. 37-27 Union out in front against Columbia. Columbia coming into this game, one of the better three-point shooting teams in the conference, 5th in three-pointers made right now, still trying to find their rhythm from downtown. And one of the men that they need to get going, Tay Burton, getting the first bucket out of the second half. Tay Burton was quiet for Columbia in that first half, 1 of 5 shooting for only 2 points. Came into this game as one of the leading scorers in the conference, and the Koalas are going to need him to get going if they're going to win. Burton completes the three-point play, 37-30. Union's lead has been cut to 7 early on.
Yeah, if you're Union, you just want to keep this lead as a buffer. If they hit with a punch, you've got to hit with a punch. Just don't let the lead get smaller and you'll be comfortable for the rest of the game.
And that matchup, we said it when the game started, that matchup down low was going to be something to watch for the duo of Hedgepeth and Sacco going up against the front line of Zach Smith and Chandler O'Bannon. Right now, we're seeing that front line of Union really take it to those Columbia Koala front linemen. Jumper won't go for the Bulldogs, but Sacco on the offensive glass.
And that's what he does so well.
Hedgepeth can't get it to go, and Chandler O'Bannon skying amongst the trees. If there was a list of the most athletic players in the AAC, I think that Chandler O'Bannon would be right near the top of it. Harold looking, Tay Burton has it. In the post, O'Bannon hands it off to Smith, and Smith lays it in.
Columbia have started well. They seem up for it. I mean, we could see them getting animated earlier on in the half. The fire in the belly is not to be questioned, turning it into positivity now.
That big man duo of O'Bannon and Smith getting going early. Sacco against Smith in the post. Sacco so strong down low. Zach Smith right up there with Sacco in terms of height, but he's surrendering around 30 pounds against Sacco, and we're seeing that sort of come into fruition in their matchup today.
Yeah, Sacco is a very big man. and he's going to let you know about it as well.
That's my favorite kind of player.
One of those ones that you see on the sheet for the opposition, you're like, you know you're going to have a game.
Ali Sacco, the 6'8" junior from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So a Canadian connection for the Bulldogs. Sacco, an 0-2 trip from the free throw line. Columbia with it. An early run for the Koalas, 5-0. It's 37-32. They have cut this Bulldog lead to 2 possessions. O'Bannon once more in the post against Jabari Covington. Burton rises, fires, hits. Tate Burton, 2 in the first half, now 5 in the second.
And just like that, it's 2 points in it.
8-0 run for the Koalas to start the second half. Union's offense stuck in the mud here since coming out of the break. Working that screen roll game, Rufus takes it right into the chest of Tate Burton and finishes the floater.
Union needed that, needed to stop the run, stop the momentum from the Koalas. We speak how much about basketball is a momentum game and what confidence does to you.
Zach Smith going to work against Ali Sacco. Smith, the jump hook, and he gets it to go. Zach Smith going at Ali Sacco here in the second half.
Well, something about playing against Sacco, you might not always be able to get to the basket, but you might be able to get that yard of space to get the floater away.
It was Sacco imposing his will in the first half. So far in the second, it's Zach Smith doing the same. And that's going to be too many steps taken underneath the rim. Smith taking this matchup personally here in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Well, Smith hasn't got all the accolades that he's got this season for no reason in the freshman team. I'm sure he had a player of the week earlier on this year as well.
So O'Bannon tried to connect with Thomas Whitley, who loses the ball on the perimeter. O'Bannon pointing his hand in the air saying that that's on me. Columbia, not a school that sponsors football. I think that may help some of the handoffs going there for some of the players as they try to work on that. Nonetheless, 39-37 Union clinging to a 2-point lead. Make that a 5-point lead after the shot from downtown. Drew Rhodes, his third three-pointer of the day. Tate Burton tried to go right back at him and comes up short. 42-37 Union out in front.
Yeah, Drew Rhodes has been excellent this year, and he is a graduating senior. He has still got eligibility, though, so I'm sure Coach Haddix will be hoping he stays with the Bulldogs. We see a lot of transferring within NAIA these days.
Dallas Rufus on the wing, working against Tate Burton. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Jabari Covington short on the 3. Austin Harrell bringing it back up, and he's going to slow it down, get into his offense. Zach Smith back to Harrell. 3-point shot goes down for the Koalas. This is a different Columbia Koala offense here in the second half.
Yeah, the Koalas are not going to go down without a fight.
And Columbia back in that 2-3 zone. Union has gone cold here in the second half. Great defensive play, and they're going to call a foul on Austin Harrell. I don't know. I thought that may have been a jump ball there between him and Rufus.
Union will take it nonetheless. They need to find their rhythm. They've not really got going offensively or defensively in this second half. It's all been Columbia in control.
First free throw goes down for Dallas Rufus, and we talked about it in that first half, just the effort and intensity level that the Union Bulldogs provided. You can tell that they were really into it early on, but now here in the second half, it feels like the script has completely flipped.
Yeah, we saw the Columbia women game yesterday where Columbia were almost in the Union position. They looked comfortable, and Montreat came out the blocks firing, and it came back to bite Columbia. This time the men reversing that.
Thomas Whitley taking it all the way to the front of the rim and finishing with the lay-in, 44-42. Thomas Whitley's a tough matchup on the wing. He's about 6'7", can finish down low and create his own shot. Hedgepeth flashing middle, but can't get the mid-range J to go. That's the way to attack the 2-3 zone, getting a player in the middle of it and allowing him to make decisions. It didn't really seem like Hedgepeth was fully prepared to attack out of that zone breaker.
Yeah, because if they step to him, that's going to leave spaces where Union wants spaces. Just need to be more ruthless if you've got that much time to shoot.
Tate Burton working against Dallas Rufus. Corner to Harrell. In the post to Zach Smith. Smith's getting trapped. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Harrell, Burton, triple. Yes! Tate Burton from downtown. Second made three-pointer in here in the second half. Koalas take the lead.
For the first time today.
First lead of the game for the Columbia Koalas. Tate Burton pressed against Dallas Rufus. Rufus inside, count it, and one. A score and a chance for one more for Dallas Rufus.
Yeah, Rufus has started to take this personal up to double digits now. 5 from 8 from the field.
Dallas Rufus, one of the better players in the conference. One of the bigger snubs from that all-conference team coming into this game, averaging around 14, and Rufus puts the Bulldogs back out in front. It's 47-45. Back and forth we go here in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Need a break? A break from the grind? The stress? We have just the place. A place where you can let your inner thrill-billy out. Bristol Motor Speedway, April 10th through the 12th for the NASCAR Food City 500 Triple Header Weekend. 3 days, 3 races, 2 night races, 1 epic weekend. Don't just take a break, race to it. Get your tickets, upgrades, and more now at bristolmotorspeedway.com. It's not just a race.
It's Bristol, baby!
Welcome back to this presentation of NAIA basketball here live on SESN. And if you're just joining us, it's the 4 seed, the Union Commonwealth Bulldogs, out in front against the Columbia Koalas, the 5th seed, by a score of 47-45.
This timeout would have been important for Union. Seen how well Columbia came back after half-time. Just need Union to get back to what they were doing in the first half.
Tate Burton was very quiet in that first half, had 2 points on 1 of 5 shooting, but he has remained aggressive and his offense has come to join the party. 9 points here in the second half so far. Inside Chandler O'Bannon, the lay-in goes for O'Bannon. We're all square once more at 47. Chandler O'Bannon, so slippery as a downhill attacker. Can't really put big men on him because of his foot speed, but he has a size advantage against most guards and wings that he faces.
Yeah, I was going to say he's got the speed advantage in terms of the matchup with Sacco. Sacco has that physicality, but if you're not quick enough to catch him.
We're going to get a tie-up here, possession arrow in favor of Union. So possession remains with Union. They'll have 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Jabari Covington, the trigger man from the baseline. Hedgepeth going to work against Whitley. Bulldozes his way to the rim.
That's exactly what you want to see from Hedgepeth. We know he's quality from distance, but mixing it up a bit. Don't come predictable. Drives inside and gets the shot away nicely there.
Hedgepeth up to 5 today. Whitley pull-up jumper goes down. Thomas Whitley saying, whatever you do, I can do better. Whitley up to 10 so far today. Jabari Covington being guarded by O'Bannon. O'Bannon will take on various matchups on the wing and in the post. Zach Smith defending Rufus, but Rufus finishing over the top. 51-49.
Rufus is so good when he gets the ball on the move. Very hard to stop when he's like that. So hard to defend as well.
It's Austin Harrell on the wing. Zach Smith on the free throw line, trying to work against Sacco. We're going to get Sacco on a foul on the floor. So Ali Sacco's gonna take a seat. Jamarion Gaines will re-enter for Union. It was these minutes when Sacco was taking his rest in the first half that Union built that early advantage. Jamarion Gaines was a big-time fire starter for Union coming off the bench in that first half. 8 points, 4 of 4 from the field. We'll see if he can be a big-time spark plug once more. Covington, handoff, Hedgepeth, spinning, taking, shooting, making. Caleb Hedgepeth finishing down low. Union lead is now 4. Tay Burton, who's been loud here in the second half. Burton can't get the 3 to fall. Offense for Columbia at this point almost exclusively coming from the 3-point line.
Do you think Union will see that and start to defend a bit more aggressively, or do you think they're just going to encourage them and suggest that the quality won't stay forever?
Jamarion Gaines, 2 chances, can't get either of them to fall. I think that's more in line with how Columbia plays. They're a team that traditionally likes to take more shots from beyond the arc. As Whitley knocks another one down, Columbia cutting the lead to 1. But the Koalas are a team that likes to take more shots from beyond the arc. That's who they've been. They like to work a little bit more outside in as a group compared to how Union approaches the game. So I think Union just wants to try to contest and make those shots as difficult as possible for the Koalas. Jabari Covington knocking down the 3 for the Bulldogs.
Covington's very important for the Bulldogs. It's important that he starts to find his range. He's been shooting, but he's not really been finding it today.
Yeah, he was 1 of 7 before that made 3-pointer. Zach Smith trapped at the top of the key. Burton working on the wing. Hand off to Austin Harrell. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Burton loses the basketball. Union has numbers. Those numbers quickly dissipating. Covington wisely resetting for the Bulldogs.
How quick did Columbia get back in there?
They're playing hard because it's win or go home, Frank.
You have to.
Covington thought about a 3, instead takes it all the way to the rim and finishes with the lay-in. Jabari Covington starting to get going for Union. Union has extended their lead to 6 with Sacco on the bench. Whitley giving off to Burton. Smith trying to carve out some room down there in the post. Great defense from Jamarion Gaines. Austin Harrell can't knock down the 3. Rufus through the chest of Chandler O'Bannon. Finishes and flexes on him.
Dallas Rufus taking that snubbing personally today to 17 now. Still 10 minutes left to play.
Union has been aggressive all game long, trying to get straight to the rim against the Koalas. Tay Burton can't get the 3-pointer to go down. Columbia, a team with some great rim protection down low in the form of Zach Smith and Chandler O'Bannon. But right now, the Bulldogs unafraid at attacking. Rufus working against Burton. Dallas Rufus. Timeout Koalas. Union back ahead by double digits.
Yeah, Union needed that. The Koalas came out the block firing. Union have done well to just calm the game down, almost slow it down a bit and get back to what they were doing so well in that first period.
Your favorite teams, your favorite live streams, your favorite highlights. Be sure to engage with us. Find us now on YouTube at NSBN Sports or visit us at nsbnsports.com.
Just a few moments ago, this was a 52-52 ball game. We are currently in the midst of a 10-0 run for the Union Bulldogs as they pull out in front by double digits here in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Yeah, Union have done really well, just slowing it down, playing their own game, not letting the occasion get the better of them. Guess that helps when you've got age and experience on your side. People that have been here before, people that have won here before, that can only help your chances as a Bulldog.
9 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. The Koalas right now reeling. Their offense almost exclusively coming from beyond the arc. They've attempted 23 pointers, almost half of their shot attempts coming from downtown. And when you're making them, you'll live by the three, but unfortunately, when they're not falling, you will die by that same shot. 62-52, a Leon Ford back in the game for Columbia. Whitley to Burton. Burton working on the wing. O'Bannon on the free throw line. O'Bannon guarded by two, looking for somewhere to go. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. O'Bannon rises, fires, misses. Tried to save it, and he will not. They're going to say the ball falls back off of O'Bannon, and possession will go to Union. O'Bannon could not believe it. He thought he threw that off of the back of a Union player. Instead, possession will go back to the Bulldogs. 62-52 here, and we're going to stick around and talk a little bit about the game that we're seeing right now. The Columbia Koalas almost marching into the paint on every possession down.
Yeah, I will say, to start with, I thought that was unlucky. I thought Columbia had done well to keep that in, but referees didn't think so. I mean, you've got some good shooting from the Koalas. Whitley on 15 now, Burson on 11. They're just happy to shoot from distance, which really makes the Union defense have to think about it. If they're not going to shoot, it becomes comfortable and they can just sit in and let them have the ball from far. But if they're going to be comfortable shooting from the distance, you've got to affect them, and then that only leaves space closer in.
And we thought coming into this game that the three-point shot would be something that Columbia would be so clearly out in front of coming into this game, with Columbia being top 5 in the conference and three-pointers made, three-point percentage. On the other side, Union being bottom 3rd in the conference in three-pointers made and three-point percentage. But right now, Union only being outshot by one made three between these two sides. Union has made 6 of their 13 attempts.
Yeah, it helps when Drew Rhodes has decided that anytime he shoots from distance, it's going in. Always helps you.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a big help. Drew Rhodes, 3 of 3 from beyond the arc, really carrying Union in that regard. 62-52, Bulldogs ahead by double digits. Pass, corner pocket, no good. Rebound is loose and Covington recovers it. Second chance opportunity for the Bulldogs is successful. Devin Dunn, his second three-pointer of the game. The Bulldogs' 7th.
I will say I've been impressed with Devin Dunn. He's not played for a couple of games now. He's come into the biggest one and he's turned up when it matters.
A Leon Ford mid-range pull-up, no good, and Dunn with the rebound. Outside of that run that Columbia had to begin the second half, their offense has been a bit disjointed, especially from the perimeter. Edgepeth couldn't hit the three-pointer. That one, and the players for Union on the bench may have leaped onto the floor.
I think they thought that was in. With Hedgepeth, you'd understand why they'd think it.
Tay Burton can't knock down the three-pointer. Columbia now really falling into the trap of their shots coming from beyond the arc. 21 three-point attempts out of 42 shot attempts overall. Count it, and one. Jabari Covington, a score with a chance for one more.
Yeah, Covington has come to play in the second half. When Columbia had their run, Covington started to stand up to be counted for. Here's the chance to put himself onto double digits now.
Jabari Jabari Covington up to 9 points in this game. He was 1 of 7 at one point, only 2 points at that point. Now Jabari Covington starting to get into the game offensively. 3 consecutive made field goals.
There's something about Covington that I will always mention is that he is from a place called Covington, which is quite satisfying to me.
A Covington, Georgia native. Inside, McKenzie trying to work. Ali Sacco back in for the Bulldogs, who now lead by 15, their largest lead of the day. Chandler O'Bannon trying to attack. Ford for 3. No. Rebound, Sacco. The three-point shot has been unkind for Columbia here today. Now 7 of 23 from beyond the arc. Devin Dunn loses it. Ford scoops it up. He's on the run out. What a pass and a finish for Chandler O'Bannon.
Yeah, what a great decision there to pass. He was getting absolutely mowed down by the Union defense. Clever cutback, just took the 2 of them out of the game.
Columbia starting to become more aggressive defensively. Dunn almost lost the basketball. Ford tipped it away. Sacco gets it, but can't finish the point-blank lay-in. Somehow, Union escapes the scrum with the basketball.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Union have kept it in their possession there.
Devin Dunn attacking the rim and drawing the foul.
Number 10, Allison Ford, his first team's 6. The active shooting, Devin Dunn will have 2 shots.
Devin Dunn getting set to go to the free throw line. Dunn, 6'5" junior from San Diego, California. He's come off the bench and provided Union with some great minutes, some great production coming off the bench for Union in the form of not just Devin Dunn, but Jamarion Gaines as well. Dunn now up to 9 on the game. Misses that one, but Sacco ready and waiting on the offensive glass. Extra possession. Dunn's gonna pull it and knock it down. Devin Dunn from downtown.
Him missing that's almost worked in Union's favor when you got Ali Sacco, who's gonna be on the rebound for absolutely everything. Gives you the chance to score more points.
Thomas Whitley can't knock it down. Columbia has gone ice cold here from beyond the arc. When Columbia was in the midst of that run, once the second half began, it felt like they were starting to find their footing offensively. They were really beginning to find their rhythm. Now in the second half, their shot has completely escaped them, and they're trailing big 71-54.
Well, we spoke about confidence and momentum, and I think that's the biggest thing in basketball. It was all going right for them, and the shots just seemed to be sailing in perfectly, and now it's going against them, and the shots, same shots that had been working.
Whitley's corner triple, no good. Ball is loose, and it will stay with the Koalas. So Frank, at one point in the second half, the score was tied up 52-52. Since that point, Union in the midst of a 19-2 run.
Well, we always speak about this sort of stage in the game is where you set yourself up for the final. Give yourself that buffer, because then the last 5 minutes or so matters much less. You don't want to take your foot off the gas, but you can afford to just manage the game, be clever. Don't do things you don't need to do.
If you would have told me coming into this game that Union would have more made threes than Columbia down the stretch, I definitely would have had to check to see if you were all the way coherent, if you were all the way there with me, because I don't think I would have guessed that coming in.
Yeah, when you've got players like Devin Dunn, Drew Rhodes, who not particularly known for their distance shooting, turning up like they have today. I mean, Hedgepeth, probably Union's best distance shooter, only got 1 of them so far. Just shows how well the rest of the team have done.
And that's the great part about the conference tournament from a viewership standpoint, but also the danger of the conference tournament if you're a player or a coach taking part in it. There's always that worry that it's going to be something that you didn't game plan for, a player that you're not really expecting, something that's going to happen that you were not ready for on either side. That's why when we said what of our expectations coming into the conference tournament, I always say in these situations, expect the unexpected.
Well, we saw that yesterday. T. Williams, probably one of the best players in the conference, one of the best players in the NAIA, kept very quiet, and Jackson Souza dropping points like it was nothing.
Yeah, we just had to bring up the Reinhardt loss, didn't we? We just had to bring that up, didn't we? 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Ali Sacco, not a ton of points so far, 2 of 5 from the field, 6 points, but he's dominated down low with 10 rebounds. He's really controlled the middle part of the court for Union throughout this one. Sacco misses the free throw. O'Bannon there on the rebound. Ford has it. Now Columbia will need to get desperate offensively. They were taking their shots exclusively from beyond the arc all second half long almost. Now they really need to rise and fire if they're going to have a chance. Zach Smith loses it, but they're going to call a foul on the floor. It's going to be against Ali Sacco. And Sacco on the baseline, his hands stretched out. He really can't believe he was called for it. Sacco's going to be the culprit. We're going to take a media timeout here in Kingsport, Tennessee. Union in control.
What if you can have it all? A place to call home, a great job, and a safe and welcoming community to raise your family. You can have all that and more in Kingsport, Tennessee. For the past quarter century, Kingsport has been on a mission to reinvent itself as the first professionally planned and privately financed city of the 20th century. Kingsport has earned the nickname the Model City. From award-winning educational initiatives to business incubators to the surrounding natural beauty, Kingsport is just the right size to have the amenities you need without the traffic and crime of a larger city. With a vibrant downtown, great shopping and dining, and a thriving local economy, Kingsport is the perfect place to call home. Ready to start loving where you live? Choose Kingsport. Visit movetokingsport.com and discover all the reasons why this charming town is the perfect place to call home.
Chandler O'Bannon with it on the wing. We're going to get a foul on the floor. Columbia, their offense very disjointed. You can tell that those misses from range really starting to get to them mentally. They're passing on a few good looks from beyond the arc now.
Union players suggesting they want a timeout. Columbia players getting more and more frustrated, as you would. Conference tournament season's over if it stays like this.
Yeah, it's win or go home. You expect the tensions to be flowing on both sides. So as long as it stays within the confines of the court, I'm cool with it. O'Bannon can't hit the pull-up J. That's not really his game. He's more of a guy who's a play finisher and a great athlete, but right now, trailing by 18, the Koalas doing anything they can to get back into this game. Kenton right back in. Dunn, Gaines, yes. Jamarion Gaines up into double digits with 10. Union dominant right now, up by 20. Harrell's three-pointer dies on the rim.
Well, this is the ideal start for Union. Of course, they will face Pikeville or Bryan if this stays the same. Sure, they'd rather Bryan, but they played Pikeville not too long ago, and it was only a 4-point game. And anything can happen in tournament.
Anything can happen indeed. The 1 seed didn't win last year. The 1 seed falling in the semifinals, so we know that it's possible. As great as UPike has been this season, not outside the realm of possibility that we could be looking at one of these teams potentially winning the conference tournament.
And I mean, when you've already got your berth to national tournament, do you see them taking the foot off the gas a little bit? Like they don't have to win this to continue their season.
I mean, you can easily say that we have to stay locked in. We want to win every game, and that's what you do from a competitive standpoint. But mentally, there's not really that same level of desperation, whether you want to admit it or not. Union ahead by 22. They are absolutely dominating, and this is consistent with what happened in the regular season. Union dominated against the Koalas 79-51 in their first matchup. Now doing much of the same here in Kingsport, Tennessee. Change in venue, not a change in result.
Yeah, and if you just said Union would be in a position with Hedgepeth, Covington, Rufus on the bench and in this position with the scoring, you'd have taken that at the start of the game if you're Coach Haddox.
Top of the key, triple goes for Kenton Wright. Everybody joining the party here for Union.
Subs happy with it. Just watching, celebrating from the bench.
I say expect the unexpected in the conference tournament. And here's why, folks. Coming into this game, the Union Bulldogs 12th in the conference in three-pointers made. Also 12th in the conference in three-point percentage. Here today, Union out shooting Columbia. They are 9 of 18 from downtown.
I'm very curious to see where would Union be in that if Caleb Hedgepeth wasn't playing, because he is one of the best three-pointers in the league. So take him away from a side that doesn't score three-pointers, the percentage would be even lower.
Something to watch out for as we continue to move in this conference tournament. Can they take this three-point percentage with them for one game, potentially another game, to try to win the AAC crown? Ali Sacco will take a seat as his day is likely done. Ali Sacco, very effective over the course of his minutes. 6 points, 13 rebounds. Really controlled the paint for the Bulldogs all game long. And Union's not done yet. Hey! Almost a putback jam from Jamarion Gaines.
Jamarion Gaines is one of those players where he loves it. He wants to get the fans excited. He does things to get people up for it.
Union has emptied the bench here. Jamarion Gaines going to work in the corner. And we're going to get a timeout as Union likely tries to make their final substitutions of the game. Union dominating, ahead by 25.
What if you can have it all? A place to call home, a great job, and a safe and welcoming community to raise your family. You can have all that and more in Kingsport, Tennessee. For the past quarter.
So the timeout initially thought to be a timeout. Instead, just a change in men on the court. That shot touching nothing there for the Bulldogs, but they're ahead by 25. 2 dominant wins this season against the Koalas. The Koalas just not able to overcome. And to your point, Frank, I would be very interested to see that matchup between Union and U-Pike. Of course, if U-Pike is able to win here today. Last time those two teams facing against each other, the Bulldogs giving them everything that they can handle. And it's really a matchup between what was the most dominant program in the AAC for so many years in the Union Bulldogs, a team that won the 2024 AAC regular season championship, the last team to win the regular season title before the Bears came into the picture, and then also a team that won 10 of 11 AAC titles, a squad that's won the only national championship in basketball for the AAC, going up against a team in U-Pike that over these last few years has become a top 10 program in the country.
Yeah, previously we've seen U-Pike and Union battle it out at the top, just those two for so many years. Of course, Union had a bit of a rebuild last year, and it's good to see them back, ready to compete on the big stage.
That one would be a ton of fun, a legacy matchup potentially on the horizon in the AAC. 30 seconds remaining in the ball game. almost a punctuation jam there for Gaines. Instead, the ball rolling into the crowd. 26 seconds remaining, shot clock has been turned off.
Told you, Gaines is a show player. He wants to do things to get people excited. Might not always work, but when it does, you can imagine how excited the student section at Union get when he pulls one of them off.
20 seconds remaining. The Koalas are going to see their season come to a close. They're going to fall to 13-16 on the year. Even though this is the end of the line for the Koalas, not much to hang their heads about. This still a historic season for Coach Jake Deere in his second year manning the sidelines for Columbia. He's the first coach in their program's history, and he has taken them this season to their first AAC tournament appearance. So they're hoping that they can use this year as a building block for the future. So Union's going to try to hold. Columbia still being aggressive defensively, but that's going to be all she wrote here in Kingsport, Tennessee. In game one of our AAC quarterfinal day, the Columbia Koalas fall against the Union Bulldogs. 83-57 is your final. Dallas Rufus leading the way for the Union Commonwealth Bulldogs. 8 of 12 from the field, 19 points. The AAC all-conference team snub, taking it personally and stepping up in a major way. Meanwhile, for Columbia, leading the way was Thomas Whitley. He was 6 of 13, 3 of 8 shooting, 15 points on the game, but he did not get a ton of help from his teammates. The Koalas going cold from beyond the arc, 7 of 31 from 3, 9 of 20, meanwhile, from beyond the arc was the Union Bulldogs. Union coming into this game as one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the AAC. Well, they step up and have one of their better three-point shooting days all year long. My partner, Frank Osborne, getting set to talk with the man of the hour for the Union Bulldogs. It's Frank Osborne and Dallas Rufus, joined with the entirety of the Union basketball program.
Just down there. It's about to go. First team. It's the first team right here, man.
I'm Frank Osborne, joined by today's player of the game, Dallas Rufus. Firstly, how does that feel?
Man, it feels amazing. We needed it. Big time, big time. Shout out to my boys in the back, man. First team right here. First team right here.
And of course, you didn't make it into the AAC Team of the Year. Does that serve as extra motivation for you to show it in front of people now?
Yeah, a lot of motivation, man. I ain't gonna say too much though, but yeah, a lot of motivation.
And now you face Bike O'Brien in the next round. How are your thoughts going into there? Is there a team you'd rather face? Is there a team, do you fancy anyone?
We just want to win. We just continue on. It don't matter who we get. We're gonna be ready to play.
Perfect. Thank you and congratulations.
That was Dallas Rufus speaking after a phenomenal showdown here in Kingsport, Tennessee. The Union Bulldogs racing to the finish with a dominant performance. Keep it here locked on SCSN to see their opponent. It's going to be Pike and Bryan coming up next.
The Bays Mountain Park Adventure Course. Gear up and climb the Hawk's Nest. Work together as a team to complete 4 high ropes challenges, all while suspended 40 feet in the air. Finish with a zip through the canopies on our 310-foot zip line. Our ground course features 9 exciting challenges and is perfect for large and small groups. The Bays Mountain Park Adventure Course. Thrilling fun for group events, parties, and field trips.